you who say Jonathan, Uncle Yohiniba, Uncle Osen Cassadi, or no any boy David, and then kept period Jonathan, with any more because David a quarter so fee, or Wasso. Na Okotano Hini fee, Muhammad fee, Mr. Mahama Bawa, one now precaution Mahama, a Basanka on 4 and 4. We leave the also. I get what we for. But really, Mahama Bano, and a pressure rule, I've been paying a minimum union. Nenka, you wouldn't even be able to fear what we see. Some of them where I see, only below the standard. The pressure or more. Any Biblia in ya, I don't go far. Even the business that. And the chef will say, which can hear operation here. And the young player we sort of do about art with your name class. I say we got your meme think kind, or what you kumasi, or what you crash it, the young man enemy. You go school, or no one go school, the young man enemy, sell me 2 coin, or 1 2 coin to Ghana. Who beat me to Labushi, no Cassation before Ghana, and one so, a pioneer of vessel, if you say what 2 coin, which and go to go down or sell you Yenipa. Big mistake. You see the spirit of Jonathan, say meeting your coffin. I don't do your home. The United is or dosso. So, or bra, own send it to me. Own send it to me. Or don't get passia. Or don't sell it in the part. So we then so day. Or don't sell it. A dinner woman will don't less for now. Or do pana, the human or yen, a year of free human. Or Timmy Brewer Yaris for, Sabi Yaris for Brewer Yaris for a year Jones or year human. But 1 more money don't know. Or anyhow. I know what teaching man before no, said you will be on no area, I have said there. Unless you I can take it to school, man. A channel, and my Munya, the Moyan, who be on the to go in and buy it. But you see, not yet, anyhow. Only you know. So, go down, and then my man left right pay. I would say, not fire, said we will be over Yarison, when you are penny, a move, Juni, GD, Ejajarisa. But you didn't even want to know the area. I will require more. It will be Jonathan, we have a son or saying, and then Casafa Lazarus, any the rich man. Where is sorry be at? I am saying, you do not in the story of the rich man and the poor man Lazarus. So can you be a no walk, Sika, the 4. Na only of any Lazarus in your encounter. Na yanking you know, you don't whiny Usikanino. Sadi we sorry, a parabola used to kind. Parabola used to kind. And you can Lazarus, you know, and a boom with your Bible. The 2 main Lazarus. Obudin was mentioned in the Bible. First one, Lazarus, I can't watch that's one the rich man. I know you look chapter 16, verse 19 down to 31. And the second Lazarus, first Lazarus, no, Lazarus, first Lazarus, no, Lazarus and the rich man. I know the parable, Abibusem, Yesu, and the Catholic. Enipa na Yesu ye abanti bia ana onipa bia ebra obekasa in parable bia no na o twinipa dwene efri excuse me efri di nim so akodi nim ana se o twinipa dwene akosi niema abc ana ebetinye sie ana ho behia sabra na Yesu parable ti say obanyanafo ni bu ni obanyanafo yi bu be yenka asem Yesu bring nipa no parable pe na o pe nipa dwene na o kose o leti free situation we go next level and you don't play with the parable of Jesus Christ. Why so use parables? What I see. And what there was second Lazarus, which is Lazarus of Bethany. There was second Lazarus. Oh, sorry. Second Lazarus of Bethany. No one Mary. Satu Lazarus will be Obdi and mention of Bible. Matthew ni Mark, one from Watson. Now, and the Lazarus man, for your patrol. Who now can Ubi Mano Ediaco. Luke chapter 16, number 19. Now, you can we are not free. You spread the message, you know. Now, a shia sema a woman as a shia di umno, Edia Tuga. But we are ready at 16, verse number 19. Sophia. Okay, Sophia, we are ready at my main king kind of Casano. Twasu. Luke chapter 16, verse number 19. There was a certain rich man who was splendidly clothed in purple and fine linen, and who lived each day in luxury. Verse number 20. At his gate lay a poor man named Lazarus, who was covered with sores. 21. There, longing for scraps from the rich man's table, the dogs would come and lick his open wounds. Verse 22. Finally, the poor man died and was carried by angels to sit beside Abraham at heavenly banquets. The rich man also died and was buried. Two different things. Lazarus was dead and he was carried by the angels to heavenly banquets. And the poor man died and he was carried, and the rich man died and he was buried. Even you know, back we if I of course, angels and Mefa no, and about who do you see? Additional, verse number 23. And he went to the place of death. There in the torments, he saw Abraham in the far distance with Lazarus at his side. 24. The rich man shouted, Father Abraham, have some pity, send Lazarus over here to dip the tip of his finger in water and cool my tongue. I am in anguish in these flames. Verse 25. But Abraham said to him, Son, remember that during your lifetime, you have everything you wanted, and Lazarus had nothing. So now is here being comforted, and you are in anguish. Verse 26. And besides, there is a great chasm separating us. No one can cross over to you from here, and no one can cross over to us from there. Verse 27. Then the rich man said, Please, Father Abraham, at least send him to my family, to my father's house, for I have 5 brothers, and I want him to warn them so they don't end up in this place of torment. Verse number 29. But Abraham said, Moses and prophets have warned them. Your brothers can read what they wrote. Let me take that 29 again. But Abraham said, Moses and the prophets have warned them. Your brothers can read what they wrote. Verse number 30. The rich man replied, No, Father Abraham, but if someone is sent to them from the dead, persuaded, even if someone rise from the dead. Amen.
Look, as a pano, Echibisia, Yimu Chrono, Edicusi, Ediasabako, a batch of making kind. Or say now, or the phobit now, I say Anna or share at Tadia or call Nick Napa. Now, or the Asitra Fair Pegin and Ginanita 20, you know. Now, Oyeni being such now, I say our friend Lazarus, our dinner, our koto, Abubuano, what to a crew. 21 aduonu baako na ne kɔn dɔ sɛ odi mpopo a efiri ɔdefo no opono so gu ɛfam no mmea ɛnso akraman ba betafre ne kurumu 22 na ɛbaa sɛ ohiani no na abɔfoɔ besoa no kɔ Abraham kukum na ɔdefo no nso wi na esie no 23 na ɔman n'ani so na ɔman n'ani so wɔ asamado no na ɔwɔ ɛnyenya die mu na ohun Abraham echichiri ne Lazarus sɛ ɔtwe 24 na ɔti na suma Lazarus ma no fa ne nsatea ano nkɔbɔ isu mu na ɔmfa mmɛdwodwome kyerɛkyerɛma na ɔrehu na merehu amane ujafram mayi mu 25 na Abraham sɛ ɔba kae sɛ wote aseɛ no wonya ahotɔ na Lazarus nso deɛ ohunu amane afei na ne werɛ akyekyere na wo nso worehu amaneɛ 26 na yɛn nyinaa na nkyɛn eku kɛseɛ da yɛne wo ntɛm a wɔn a wɔpɛ sɛ wofiri ha yi ba wo nkyɛn ntumi ma na wɔn nso a wɔwɔ ahon na wɔn a wɔwɔ nohoa ntumi ntra ma yɛn nkyɛn 27 na ɔse ɛneɛ agya mesrɛ wo sɛ soma no ma no nkɔ m'agya fie 28 na mewɔ nnuan mmarima no baanu na onkodi wɔn adanseɛ na wɔn nso amma anyenyadeɛ yi ha yi bi 29 na Abraham ka sɛ wɔwɔ Mose ne adiifoɔ no ma wontie wɔn na ɔse daabi agya Abraham na ɔse obi firi awufo mu kɔ wɔn nkyɛn a ɛna wɔbɛsakyera wɔn adwene na ɔse no sɛ wɔantie Mose ne adiifoɔ no a obi firi awufo mu sɔre mpo a ɔrenye nni. Amen.
Amen. Amen. What a wonderful story. Familiar, very familiar. Be out message with that. But an person no say bit me asashe no fufu bi mu a. Osikani ni tena ase no Bible say na ohye purple and fine linen. When purple is mentioned, linen is mentioned, that means the person is really, really wealthy. Now we use any power for people standing there will be wealth, standing with royalty, holiness. But this man, not of people, but not only holiness. Now we're wealthy, not only holiness. Because people stand for royalty and holiness. Onyaye and so na oni baako. That means say you will nipa ni bi ho a enka do much dey betimi ad much dey no so but on hanya de pa. He was wearing purple, but not only holiness. People stand for holiness, represent, sometimes symbolize holiness and worthy. Okay. Now verse 20 no say ohiani Lazarus ebetrane plano. Okaduane die na ohiani betsane pono produane no ono punya de no po o se de afire to form anka sabi ono oni no na nka Lazarus aye de ofa no wadi mini umi no edru brebi e tse oskani e bia na ni sky si dan a obi betena edana no but the fie pam ho na etie no in our own house e bia na ohiani baby e janka bi ofie ho anka na obetimi onsa betimi aso no so but one care. Ebushenu obi omo a ebi kwa no disability oye enkunya so akona nso nkoto fra o difida wan nkoto okumu a enkunya 20 ne de aso akola yi na akola no de tie ne se nti se de makora se enam se wo ye akola o te master ni nchenti no enye master ni bo akola o che de dwumo te nche no o de enkunya 20 ni so na akola no dia akora ni chop money e she last akonya na beto no last no e won na chop money wo the top first one o di mi ntwa dwane second one this one ton 20 ni na wie last one no e no na obi di chop money free mu that is the punishment that I be no ma en kola e shey mo nchen mi ko shey ma kro magazine e say we last born aba e say boy ni abo da be na be yi so shey do magazine da e say boy ni abo da be na be yi Another time I know you smart last boys. Nobody cares about you. Yeah, Jumana, Jumana, as soon as your mama will be out in chain. I feel one back chain. I so much and son, your mom with Jumano. And you say oil now, oil pen, I bet massa, and the cat time I will do. But I see a boss, uncle be. Young Janahubi, say, I'm so good, Mano. Chain, ne bread, and some of Jumano. Yes, Kafua, Lazarus, can you wear the Lazarus Janifi and a wall? And now, the Karamata Friend Group of Omer Granini. By yes or no, you need fear and Kamata Group, then so the Ayano, a skin in another skin Indian. Obino Bachi, Obiqua and a yearly anchor sound in the chair, and now Sasabi or Ban if he in and now the money feeding you, or Bemano Alpha, or take advantage of Obano, or no one you, and so to ye. On general really, Sabi Casa, a holy for so, Casafi, and in your money man is your bonny, Ubiqua to me, the second or Timida, this is what I came from. I brought it to me because obey Sabi, the fish than yet. Okweshe na orebo a ukufi na nibi eniho wo na odi na bia so obusia fo so the ban say na ukuru twempo na kan wasem ama wore egu we di not ho wo de so sikani no na additional no narrative no yehunu say in your three main characters in your first character the rich man, second character the Lazarus, and the third one is Abraham. You who Abraham, why Lazarus, and why the rich man. And now prophets were mentioned in there. Most were mentioned in there. Most Bemu, prophet Pimu. So 5 main characters in the debate. You did every slide a few money, and they who was getting there. Lazarus, Bible needs to say, Obia, Oye, Ojidini, Banos getting on your Jidini. There's not go Quenya. So betting I get dear money. If it's not Lazarus, you'll be only be. Yes, a baby war. Matthew chapter 25, verse number 42. Matthew 25, verse number 22. Mark 25, verse 42 and 45. Toffee out. Watch out. Say, obey me.
Matthew 25.
Yes, sir. Verse 42 and 45.
Matthew 25, verse 42 to 25. The pastor making kind or say, na a come day me, na more mammy be any, na if you come day me, na more mammy be unknown. The year all, na more family, uncle with you. The daddy jan, na more fa, na one flamin to ma, me yare, na me da a fiancé, na more me, and now one foot say. Once we go say everybody that bena you say a comedy war and answer to comedy war and answer we are all and answer with that deja and answer we are here and answer
that's it. Sakin kind Emma you say or said the one me that if you are no one me a comedy man no one mammy and Lazarus agent home Jesus Christ this story mono Lazarus represent Jesus Christ a comedy no uskenina mano. We are here no one Atadipo, Seneca Watadia, a wa, and can come into Interfinic. There's no significant to where be boss shot a cabinet national. Then come out after Filikum rough, and then in Sahuna. Oscar no was capable with Mabuano. Or say Abraham Dadajan, one began first, Dabai was the one Yama Wumiano, one Yama me Christo. And the last of age of Jesus Christ, you didn't any million Tana Bible, but Mina addition, we didn't age now, Ama Christo. Yeshua, verse number 22, no, was finally the poor man died and he was carried. And the rich man also died and he was buried. Lazarus wuye and Lazarus wuye. Bible say above 4 ever found the necosro. Yes, wuye no or sign in it only free phone or two cosro. So Lazarus represents Jesus Christ right there in the story. Or saying that Lazarus wuye no above 4 no. And then they call Abraham on chain. As you say, Abraham is in heaven. That's how we assume, Christian we assume. So Abraham is in heaven, fine, whatever he is in heaven, paradise, whatever. We assume say a heaven. And to go Abraham on chain. Abraham represent Unyakopon. That was story was Father Abraham. In chain Lazarus Ekoye. Yes, who you chain. So Abraham represents God in this story. Now Jesus, God. And who is the rich man? I am Yena and preppy the force animal in our Get me here for Jim Munipa. You Bunipa Abuntia Sabo Abuntia, you Bunipa Bunfia. Yena Obi any class I am man. Yena Obi Yan Titini near different from the year Maho. Yena Obi Betran Chaya, Sabi Unibio Efrimu, Nanebatu channel. Obi a door the man mano on farmer sacolan and Kayoma Casacran, who here door and put a mana if you say, Nima me free move or bay yanka. We see here for the Emperor Muda, but Sabindra and my Christian, you refi Bible near Yadini Passam, Haditini Pano, the Ria Yakusum Yame, Ewa Hombrasimu. Ain't to Scanino, story mu, aged home, Minu. Let me some question say Lazarus or see, and he was carried. And the rich man died and he was buried. So the question to you, Minu say, are we going to be carried or are we going to be buried? Ejina yenyuma so yenyuma ntino yewa ebiba ebi ho a yebepeja omo ebi wo ebi si omo na nka mempaya no pay wi say Minu enka yewa enka yepeja ye abofo yepeja ye na mai si ye. You see, let the dead bury their own dead. Yewa enka mai si ye ni pe ni so de ye si ye baka hunu ki apeja ye. Physically we will be buried physically, but spiritually we will be lifted. We will be carried by the angels. And then so challenge per day. Are we going to be buried or going to be carried? Definitely, the Bible says it's appointed for man to die once, and after that, judgment. I'll say, nobody can escape death. Death is inevitable. Nobody can escape death. No matter what, you can eat all you want. You can chant, you can prophesy, you can pray, you can sing, you can do whatever. You can speak tongues, you can move mountains. At the end of the day, Mr. Death will come for you. Nobody can pray. And Jonathan Bush, your food, almost sorry your henny. Neba Jonathan, your prince, and Caneba, and the Bush, because I have a deal fee. But a new man waiting, they will 10 years, and my David Bayo before, and my Bush, actually say, David, my master, I'll be done a servant. Oh, the name. The table has 10. And you see, and then they be now really. Sabi and Yaman Koye and Yamia Shao now take no, the table can turn and the table will turn one day. It's not paper day, but the table will turn. San or Banos also, and then we'll say we are. Then when to mean Casa of you are watching the feelings because of Scout Wood. The table can turn. The table can turn. San and for a manner a good national, I don't put it in the church. They want the table will turn. They will come and be or make them a yet or Yami did for that should be a different. Taking that here, I will go the table can turn in every circumstance. The man of who want said, what do we have for our money back? We have for our money, one here, one that she open it. I may the table can turn. Our you, a bushim, baby, a bushim will work on. So for example, first one of the bush for you. I'll question you about or here to trust them and to pass them no Brahman for one will prepare me. No policy for Machino, no Conova. See a poison in the Kuna, cardiac actually. Now the table has 10. First, no be on first of you. Super end to be a fool, but a neck is the super because more of you and more you are. And then the example, Akasachi will be. But first, we need to say it will be an example. Now the table has 10. Yes, now the table has turned. Table 10 after Richmond mum and the idea and a Lazarus mum actually. A friend of open reconciliation. Abraham, the patch of a mama allowed in such a boon soup, no, see, there be one at both. I can say that you know, and the difference is too big. Obama one here now, we Usikasem, a pen ma or pound man coin, and Ubiako Wareno, Minister Bina Wareno, and then what ministerial area, our neighbors in the Dico, also that's what must go for into a bunch of Sedamon, and check a special appointment taking years and months before this appointment can be approved for you to see the president. Now the table has turned. Who knew Barack Obama can become a president? They are both from Kenya and the two has in a baby and our neighbor need by the way. Why the Bush said 60 years ago, when the Bush will become a president? Name no, who didn't basa. Reading now on movie, Radical College, reading now on movie. Now the table has turned. The table turned. He became a president. To get into White House, it takes a lot of work to be able to approve your visit to White House. The table will turn here. The table will turn and it will keep on turning. It will be very careful. Before saying one old food, we are share one who never say share one. Sabrino, a bunch of them. Lazarus, what in my home? Who's in my heart? If they want the alcohol, the one will last up. And we'll say, what's going to say? Verse 27 and 8, or say, and ye come say, Malazos, and through fool, and come a fee, then come to me, you remember 5, remember, I can see and no one. Dear me one way a good moon, or you're selfish. Or said, dear me one, maybe never happy. It is hardly uncle to Mufu. No Muntino, so Debbie, a waste of time. Abraham's a waste of time. You almost you your prophet no ho. Woman the catch on the ho. Into a uncle down Montreno. And none the should be a say. On your mere summer or mine, what can ye, or try to have ye? A young fain on your me edit do be a free, say heavy no, say if ever say. When you be focused here, or no, be I didn't want to show our baby. I didn't be a medium. The last one, our baby. And if you don't buy some people from men, also it has already been written. Sana Sapas Joma, you know, not a Saprawi, a confirmation, and can say, oh, this will be a free, the Biba on the Mecca. The was in America actually, it's already been done. And your friend, I didn't because everywhere you want to be that shows them the whole Okaya, but in my and Obay, but you sorry, it's already there. Onya make what I say. And 2 person who know the name of them, I can kind of at our own chain, a will fall so, it was so there be a move, but the son of Wendy, could see a honor and quite yes and no one. And to me, about out, many are rich men, young American kind of, near my and Churchilla, a Buddha. And Churchilla and Abraham on it, Lazarus and chain. But my can say, I find we will say a quine already been laid down. Books have been written, Bible has been written, everything is compact together. Onyami only or chain. The only be anyway in the Bible. And yes, or the say, and Wilson was Emma who say, and if one can say, most of them are baby. I didn't want to bury it. Intinano, here I didn't sakra and check you at the winning Bible at the winning, and was saw there be a move, and will force so, and will be and then Gana Quadia is so key. You step on to know, text, okay, and yes, text him, yes, I was doing Yanasa, no, and yet you had it, you get brain, but Gana dear, as the kill ready, a poor baby, the book, a deep farmaso, may book as a farmaso, may book as a farmaso. On your and what the room. Ain't in there. We will do for me, you do for. Will be good from the idea, making a fire. Ah, so, yeah, and up wow, I am coming right there. You used to check or Bible, a Bible, a sorry, ye church, Unyamia Samukuntuno, And yet, the Katasu, you can't have the cat on your message. The old man sure, who bring young one year up, probably a Lazarus, Abraham Coino, and but the North or so many are called, a few are chosen. And so the North, but you know, they must be getting. Be brave, and you're good, and I be brave, and you're good. But I will, and also your sources ring ahead. Let's say, what you see. Yeah, and quite enough, so you see, say, this is what you need. Was this so to be here, and if for not true, I go on cooking kind. Talking about kind 27 to 28 my name for 28 and 9. Yeah.
28 and 29. The patrol making kind or say, not me war, Yamary Manum Benum, not Yamary Manum Benum. Now, Uncle do one a dance here. Now, one so ma and Yandy be. Now, 29. Now, Abraham can say, well, Musi, ni a default. Now, when you won, now, when you won, 30 or say, now, or say, there be a Abraham. As it would be fit a Wufumuko, one chain, and not or best such a one agony. Now, or say, no say, so when Tim Musi near default, would be fit a Wufumuso who are, or ring Jinji. Amen.
Amen. More senior default Jinahoma Bible. And in church, Compona Ecosune. Sene, we are so near. Yanko Ponsa Dama Udifo Professor Edinta Babis for one. Oh, you need because a different for Ibu. It one we need. So when Timmy and you were here, even above 4, and not say Udifo free through background, a big you need. Into Yami, why they were Cassavi. Minia Baminarema. And every Onyamia sem aba ibi ni nyanchen. Onyamia sem aba ibi ni nyanchen. Onyamia sem aba minu nyanchen. Yen fa asem no emumura akoma biemu. Na yen ma asem no enwura akoma mu. Na yen prehwe o se obi wo adoma chede a edi hyenkom. Kasa hodo. Nimdie nyina na oni odo a o ti se tonturawa. So be in so. Busumi mu yem powder. Ya told us baby, but and different angles never. Different angles never. That can be. So do you so ho a. Lazarus will be jina ofie anymore. But now ofie anymore. We be open amano. When aduane di. Women I said the akwa na oko Jericho na ye bu no paper Bible say na ofa no. De ne koyo di edro ni krumu. O de ne koyo sabia. And no good say, Munyamu Shishon Mame Kona Ba, a camel we are rich Yamuka. Or pay Arasama, Unipana Yabuna to Hono. Ah, they left him half dead. Yabuna to Honima, Buna Prepana Janto. But Uchmob do whom would do Hono, or Fano. Sometimes I do a Fano. Sometimes I found in the Koye, when you move in the Krumu, or the Koye. One Anessa rich man, a minu, where the Ofano, and the Koya, Sabia. Or manifest aid, or then choir sabia, and my or the hotel say, Monshana me kwaba. Yes, you see what Jip or Chakana, or the was of foreign nasi. Was the Monshan Wamo, na me call, I could see the papa abba. Me ba a car will be a rich yamuka. Into a soft way, a sort of penny, and one way will be a solbiano. A clan banana, a woman don't go home, or so kwaba. She wamo, so why she will be less you and now. They went to me and can't show Mamma Strana, or bar, or more Ketria. Say I could your pa, say I could your money, a dignadio. So there are some component mano, and I went to you, Pico ya. See, you see, Ezekiel, can you mess on go and speak my way? No, or when you go more tissue. But the one can't show Mua, or more than go tissue, major through Sano. Ain't Yamma or Sophobia, or Sopenia, or Bibiara. Can somebody be obeying Bia? We bear on knowing your non farm mana. When you make a sacrifice you. So when you are going about, see young count also for the or see encouraging Bian Cabby. If the Massadia was a dear, it didn't be here, so that you say, be a huna some, and when you be a car. Who will be or send me a corner band of a can be so free. prophet evangelist or crab be about Nasibiano, who not brew, or so or quite betray your car. When you are when you have morning. To know none of Peter can say, was the one what the almost ordinary of your phone, almost a double fubu. I don't go say you to lead them into destruction. So one far a human idea also we are. Ain't no Yamasama. Ye who say, was scheduled in Homa, Minu. Lazarus, a gentleman, Jesus Christ, the poor man, Abraham, a Yakupon, and now most the professional, a gentleman, on Yamiasama to and then other way. All the what you see, what you see, and what you see. And then my new Yagini, near Samaritanina, or two Prenina, or Fan call, I Sabiano. My new Scanina, now dressing in purple, robe and the fine linen. Now all board Lazarus Modin, and my Lazarus Wuya. Okojina baby on timi enko Lazarus nchen no yemmen ukenina ohunu nyansa anase onipa na ofa opra fonde no kwa sabia no na onyame obeshira ye opede wanya ma wunua no wanya ma me wo se wada bai de unua na oba wo nchen no enti opra ni na ote wo nchen no ohin na obushemu no ukromu baby odwum mpo e obi ho na ono wo dwuma mu na niema nkoi na obetime shira na okwan bi so a Omodin Shano. And down the Eska, one and Comoke, one who begin the Comoke. Or Pobia can there so much, or Pobia Suguna Betishu, or Pobia Manetiku, or Pobia Shep, and Yama Okumu, than a Kuma Tonium. And now say, on your class, the own Pran Quasimochi, who will put it for. Minya Yashi, Yamanika, used to be your wife, Yamio Ho, Bayama. Makubuda, Sana Yemi, and walk. Oh, yes, it can be out. Yet Daniska. Bay will be out. Oh, wassy. Bay will be out. The channel, Cashing some channel, Cassim Gunacoso, will be our young Koye, and I would watch though. And fancy Manifutu, sending Kunai, Saturday. So what was doing a meeting? I to vow, so for better for worse, and money coming in for you, Saturday, money, you know. I just say, life has been threatened. So, your present life, yeah, she can run for her life. Until then, dear, sending crying and Casa Jana Maninko and the Memo Dosso, who saw the day Uya Kupa. No, and yet, has said the Guna Sumu, ye are they move. Asaf, Abakaza. Asafunu, obi wo mu asabi utu say, ne ntabishe mu kura nkoyi. Asese mu nkoyi, me aba o Antono ko bia yifoma no, onpa mo nhye, ana satri atela ko yempa mfa nhye no, to atade hye no, to mpa bo hye no, ba na duani ni. Asafunu mu aye wo no we ho na obi bre esunu bi afi no. Obi bre pasafunu, obi wa Lord of ko ni bi. Jesus of for the sama Lord of no da ko fie. Asoro to we dey. Biruwe betinga ye. Sabi uhiye mu kura bono. Biru kecho mu ha betinga ye. O se hia no. As long as I will say no kwande. Facility obi so afono mu. Ye dey say be wiye. I must say. The last challenge you say. Lazarus wuye no. He was taken. The rich man died no. He was buried. Ehena uwa. Was Francis for the connection say Yesu. Embrani na de pa de du wosi to akoma ene wadwene no kra nyina do awurade onyankopon baako de so mienu a last say do yonko sa wo so we na Kristo hwefre mi no mienu chen enti anopa wi anwure nyankopon de bi se nyina ye do nyankopon bia do nyankopon that's fine the idea no ene yonko was service to God and service to mankind onyamsom no ene say wo de service to God is service to mankind. And the man fuck upon Sunyame, never come different Sunyame, fuck, Mama, when I do your coupon, for no Asado Unia, and now Yonko. It immediately was what the GD say, Yebenya or Swahili Memu, Akoni Yesu, Atanasi, every day, forever and ever. Unyamenka on your Sophia Pacho, and they say, before I close me, Pacho, and they uli di ampacho mayem mom paye ene mi so dai bi enye eni so ade hunu enye onyame na ka kire me. Wow.
Amen.